Welcome to the Pagan playground. What does this time of the year mean to you? Ostara! And I just filmed like 5 minutes of mindless babble, which is usually what my channel's about. So I will try to rein in concept here. And Ostara for me, coming from starting with Easter. Of course, we all kind of, unless you grew up in like a pagan world, you know, Easter's kind of what you know. And it's always sort of ebbed and flowed with me. I mean, there are parts of it that just annoys the royal poopy out of me. Like I can remember vividly getting pneumonia on Easter, so I, had that bitterness, and that screwed me up for many years afterwards, and partially probably still now. And having to hunt for eggs against my sister was never a joy. It was like, so it was not fun. And you just sort of had it was just sort of, okay, wake up, rehearse, do your play, yay. So it was nothing overly special to me. And then once I got into like the church and stuff, at least had context, at least in that sense, between like Lent and all the other holidays I can never keep straight. Lent. Palm Sunday is what I'm thinking of. And there were some, amusing aspects to that, and it was always kind of strange because it's always flipped because, he's born in like the end of the year, but he rises at the beginning of the year, and it's kind of like, but it's just sort of the same old thing over and over and over again. And I don't know, I think it's more so now even that it's like, when Easter rolls around, you're going to have all these sort of like, Christianity just throws itself into your face. Even as a Christian, it was like, okay, back off, enough already, too much, it's overkill. And, I kind of wondered, going through shopping today, looking at all the Easter stuff, kind of going, what would Jesus himself think about this, Not necessarily the commercialism aspect of it, but just the inundation of it. It was just kind of an interesting thought. So, Easter is just sort of like, yay. But when I started on my path, and then you kind of get an extra holiday in Ostara, and there's so much more, I don't want to say simplistic, but there's something more delicate in its meaning. Because it's not, bitch slapping you upside the head. And I kind of see in like the Wheel of the Year, you follow the relationship of the Lord and Lady. And with Imbolc, you kind of can picture them, meeting, starting to date, and he proposes. And Ostara is the wedding. So you can, I still don't know where the hell, I know what I did with them. Some wedding supplies that I was going to put on the altar to symbolize the wedding, and I keep forgetting about them. But I think I buried them now. So you can kind of look at it as, celebrating a wedding, or, especially a spring wedding. And for us in New England, it's the coming of spring and warm weather and sitting outside and reading books again. So, and, now the poop stain is here. And this is what I do for my sabbats and esbits. This is my skill set since I have horrible, writing here. And you get a balance of the day and night, which is kind of cool. And I have, like, what colors to use, what I can use for decor. And, kind of what the basic concept is. And if anybody knows how to pronounce, is it Esther? Esther? How do you pronounce E-O-S-T-R-E? Is it Easter just spelled weird? So that's why I love the fact that Christianity's like, oh, here's Easter, and it's like, do you even know what the and knowing about all the bunnies, and I brought out my bunnies. I did try planting seeds last year, and I still don't know how that plant is not only growing but blooming. So it's something to look forward to. I enjoy Ostara. I think it was the first Esbit I actually got to tangibly enjoy. And I was so looking forward to it, and now I'm like, well, I still look forward to it. But I'm kind of like in the rut, like, what do I have for cakes and ale? Because that's like my biggest challenge is, I didn't think of it at first. I just sort of got something that I liked, and then I'm thinking, oh, recently, like, oh crap, wait a minute. I share my cakes and ale outside, obviously. So I'm like, well, okay, I can't do chocolate then, because, I don't know if, kitties nibble what I have out there, and, if anybody can suggest something that is edible for humans, but also safe for, skunks and kitties and birds and gerbils and whatever outside, do tell. I'm thinking maybe, and I totally forgot since I made this note, hot cross buns, which I didn't even see. I'll have to put it on. Oh, no wonder I got it in Adams. Okay. That's what I did last year. I want something that's, of the holiday, because I don't want like pumpkin pie at Beltane, I want to celebrate like you would have something at a wedding. So, there's meaning that I can glean from it that isn't like forced upon me. And again, it's something that in maybe some ways changes from year to year, because you're learning and you can look at different ways. So, Imbolc is awkward, the first sort of holiday of the year, because we're again in New England and usually under 10 feet of snow. Ostara is sort of, it feels like the first real official Sabbath of the year that you can really bite into and connect to. So it sort of really gets you started in the wheel of the year. So I totally look forward to it, and I enjoy the celebration, and I don't know if it will sound funny, but I feel happy for the Lord and Lady, like you would feel happy for like a newly engaged couple or a couple that just got married. You feel that sort of sense of beginning and newness, and the beginning of an adventure or torment, depending how you look at it. But yeah, Ostara, and then once we get to Beltane and being around my birthday, so this is the one that sort of starts me off on the year like, yeah. So I shall awkwardly show you my altar for Beltane. Not Beltane, Ostara. In my spring stuff that comes from ye old Will, in my bunny, and this is where I had my Christmas ornaments, and I brought out the spring lights in amongst the little eggs, and brought out my spring decorations. It's always remaining the same in my carrots and bunnies. It's kind of hard to find as you go over my head here. Find things that are like non-bunny specific. So trying to find like spring decor. Then I found little eggs. So it just we'll see how that works. I have no idea what you're getting. Okay. Ostara feels bright, if not necessarily sunny. It just feels spring, It's a happy, bright, uplifting Sabbath. So I think that's one reason I really look forward to it too, where you can kind of like let loose and party at Beltane. There's just something cute and fun and adorable in some ways to Ostara. So it's probably made no sense whatsoever, but welcome to my world. So that is week whatever this is. 12. What does this time of the year mean to you, Ostara? Thank you for watching, and blessed be, and happy Ostara.